I feel like our last episode was like a catch-up thing, and this one I feel like I have very pajama pantsy questions.
People they're clamoring for it. They want the Rob Sharpie shit. And we have emails for today's pod too, by the way.
It's gonna keep getting better. We're gonna get more comfortable. We're gonna go visit Jamie. We're gonna do the things.
I have outdoor furniture now, so I have places to sit outside.
Oh.
Yeah. Can we talk about how you got your outdoor furniture or no?
What do you mean how I got it? I picked it out and ordered it.
Was it from Bam Bam Bigelow?
No, it's all from CB2.
Yeah.
I was telling him how cool it was.
We're talking about how expensive outdoor furniture is.
Oh, yeah.
And how it's...
CB2 is pretty reasonable, though. They have an array. Like, you can do a high-end as well, but outdoor furniture covers are expensive.
It's always the last part because everyone thinks you want to do the inside of the house first, and let's get a nice couch, let's get a kitchen table, a dining table, whatever, chairs, and then whatever leftover money they always go like, fuck, we got to do the backyard, let's go to Home Depot or like Living Spaces, and then even when you go there
or
Target, shit's incredibly expensive. If you want to get a decent outdoor piece of furniture, it's just as much as the inside stuff, maybe even more, because it's gotta last.
Yeah,
it's gotta withstand the elements.
So I started from the outside in.
That's smart.
Wow.
Inside, just get a bunch of like plastic chairs. Who would care?
Exactly. I have 2 boys. Everything's gonna get ruined anyway.
I heard an amazing thing this week, and it made me so happy.
What?
So I love when I hear like the woke culture, like just fucking up and doing like stupid shit.
Yeah, it's me and Jamie. We're liberal, woke pieces of shit, according to some of the comments.
Yep.
Well, it's you maybe. I don't think people say Jamie's a piece of shit. But,
no, just that I look sick.
Yeah, a little sick. But so I know somebody who does castings for certain TV shows or whatever, and there was a lesbian in this show, and the way like they're woke, so they're like, the lesbian has to be played by a real lesbian. Like that's what they said, which is crazy. Like it's acting, but sure, whatever. So, so they tell them you could only cast a real lesbian in this role. But the people, my friend who does casting goes, it's illegal in a job interview to ask someone their sexual preference. Yeah. And they go, well, we don't care because we're woke. So break the law because we're woke.
Where are we going to draw the line, guys?
It's just it's all so kooky.
Yeah, I'm not on board with this.
No.
Say what you will about how far woke I am, but I am not. I don't go this far. Okay, I think acting needs to be acting sometimes, and it can't just be we have to put the person in because as a guy who likes sci-fi, how are you going to cast an alien, huh? Whoa. Checkmate.
Maybe they all have been.
Harry and the Hendersons, you're not going to find yourself a real Bigfoot out there to cast. Maybe you do find him. Is he going to take acting classes? Exactly.
Yep, not a trained one.
I don't know. The news I watch, they say there are a lot of aliens in the country. So
yeah, that's Fox News. Yeah.
But why can't they?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Listen,
I was one of them.
I watch all the news, okay, pal?
I know. You take it all in.
I take it all in.
You funnel it into...
Yeah. And I see how stupid everyone is. That's what I try to go for.
It is a little... It's too much, For me, I remember when it was the Scarlett Johansson hubbub when she was going to play... was it Ghost in the Shell or one of those movies where she's Asian? Or was it transgender? It was one of those.
It was trans.
Yeah, and then she bowed out of the movie, and I feel like that's when I first caught wind of this sort of stuff. And now you got Caitlyn Jenner running for governor, so I don't know what to think anymore. I'm not voting for her. And it's not because she's trans; it's because she's a Republican.
Wow.
How about that? Piece of shit.
I'm a woke piece of shit.
What a woke piece of shit, dude. What? I want to know what movies have made you guys cry. Like what movies?
What movies haven't made me cry is probably more of the question.
Same with Cassim too.
I have a movie
ones? Go ahead, you go.
Well, no, I have one that I always, if I want to see someone cry, I make them watch Hachi. You ever seen Hachi?
No.
You heard of it?
Is it foreign?
It stars Richard Gere, and it's like a dog buddy movie. Like he has it's loosely based on this true story from Japan, where there was a professor who ends up adopting this Shiba Inu, those little dogs. And every day the dog would follow him to the train station where he went to work, and would wait for, or would eventually, when he came back from work, would be there waiting for him every day for years. And eventually one day, this professor played by Richard Gere dies, and the dog goes to wait for him, and he never gets off the train.
The dog outlived him?
And the dog just stayed there for like days. And everyone in the train station knew the dog, and they would like, oh, hey, Hachi. And then when they found out, and then eventually, there's just some like just some really tough scenes to watch in that. And they built a statue for Hachi in the train station. It's there today in Japan, but it's
a true story?
Yeah, that's what gets you. And I made my mom watch it.
Gere play a Japanese man?
Well, he played an American professor, but I think that's the loosely part of the loosely based. I think the guy was a Japanese.
Wouldn't work today.
Jamie's kind of looking at you.
Today.
No, Jamie's kind of looking at you right now like you're a pussy, dude.
Well, she wouldn't be wrong.
I know that.
I was saying from like his woke self.
Yeah,
Why was Richard Gere playing a Japanese man?
Yeah. I may not have all the facts straight, but I do.
Okay, but that's a movie that you get people to cry to.
Yeah, my
Did it
mom.
make you cry your first time you watched it?
First time I watched it. Yeah, and then I've made one girl I dated cry, and she cried. She cried for like 2 hours after. Like her face was swollen, and she just woke up the next day still sad about it. And it was just a very, it's like animals. You care, for some reason we care more about animals than we do people.
Well, they feel more innocent, vulnerable.
And they don't have, they don't have the choice, like they don't choose to, kill people or like do bad things that put them in situations. Whenever they die, it's either of old age or by somebody's like backing up SUV, so that's.
Do you find the girls you date cry often?
There's a lot of screaming. Less crying these days.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What about you, Jamie-Lynn? You cry?
I really cry at. I cry at everything. I cry when people commercials. I cry at in memoriams. I cry when people are happy in movies. When they're sad.
You cried on this pod once or twice.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. I wouldn't. Yeah.
You have that accessible.
I think when Dr. Drew
accessible.
called you Jenny, you cried a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that what he called you?
Dude, Dr. Drew may run for governor. Remember when he was on our pod and we asked him and he's like, no.
Yes, we did.
And now who was right? Yeah, I asked him.
Some things have changed since then, huh?
Yeah, a couple things.
Yeah, it's a different...
Yeah.
It's a different world these days.
So we're going to have Caitlyn Jenner, Dr. Drew, and other...
McConaughey.
And who?
McConaughey's running in Texas. Man.
Oh, yeah, for Texas. Yeah.
Well, I'll vote for him.
Jamie-Lynn will have McConaughey. Mayor
of my city.
So I cried. I saw Free Willy in the movie theaters, and I cried.
Bo got sad at that movie.
That kid owes me $16.
Oh, and real? I thought you meant because
I feel like we've talked about this. Have we talked about this?
Yeah, the kid from Free Willy, dude. He had a band, and I went to go see him, and I bought a CD, took it home, no CD in it. So and the kid from Free Willy was like the kid, like directly. I think I bought it from his they played a show and then they like operated their merch. Yeah, it's like. That's why people went to go see because my friend was also in a band and they were playing it in the same show. And so I was like, and they were from the same area. So I was like, yeah, I'll go by there. I like support local music, And then I grab it, get it home. I was like, I'm going to listen to this because the band was pretty good. And then there was fucking an empty jewel case of nothing. And that kid to this day.
Terrible business.
Jesse, what was his name in the movie?
I thought it was Jesse in the movie.
Yeah. That's what Jesse. I don't know his real name.
I bet $16. Even Crybaby, the album, was only $12.99.
Yeah,
$16 is a lot.
Yeah, well,
if that clearance rack right away.
I worked at Best Buy when new CDs would come out, and if a CD was $15.99, you were like, "Oof, like that's a lot." Like normally they're $12.99. Yeah, the new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I went to Best Buy to buy all the equipment for this. All I could think about was that, like, I could be talking to the next you. Like, you never know, like, who you're talking to at Best Buy.
Yeah, I make a habit of going into a Best Buy once a week, and I go in and I just nod at all the blue shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be this one day.
I also, I go in and I'll just help people. You know, just to it's just a, you know, it's not too different than it was 12, 13 years ago.
Right.
You were saying you had, when you were a kid, you had really bad acne. Can we see some of those pictures one day?
Oh, I may have pictures just right when it started to clear up, but I made a point to stay away from photos.
How much of your face was covered?
Oh, I mean, it was mostly here.
The cheeks.
Yeah. And it affected so many things. Like I had speaking of Best Buy, I remember my supervisor at Best Buy one time had to pull me aside and hey dude, you need to work on your eye contact. Oh. And I was like, oh yeah, because I really had trouble looking people in the eye because I was so, I was so worried. Yeah, it's so sad, Cass. But I didn't really even know. I used to walk, because my ex, she makes fun of how poor my posture is, and that comes because I used to walk through school with my head down, because I really couldn't look at people in the eyes because I didn't want them to I didn't want to see them seeing my face because I felt, you feel gross. And then also your face hurt. It was a rough time. Is that how sad you wanted this to get?
Yeah, I feel like I missed the best.
Rob did a big check mark with his Sharpie.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't take, I really hated, and I still don't like taking photos unless it's of my abs. I don't like taking pictures that much. And so I don't have a ton. The reason I say I might have some is because when we went to Hawaii for our senior trip, we all got disposable cameras.
Yeah.
What are you making that face for?
I think me and Jamie are just kind of thinking the same thing.
You're pretty good at doing your own photo shoots. If I remember correctly.
Kind of take a lot of pics, babe.
Please. That's a very recent thing. And I'm not comfortable with taking a lot of face pics. But also, it's a function of when I'm single.
I'm comfortable in front of a camera, yet posing like that, I don't think I'll ever be comfortable. So kudos to you.
You wouldn't show your abs?
No. If I was taking the picture myself, naked, coyly covering up my vagina
your
and my nipple,
penis. Yeah.
Surprise.
Well, you gotta. Did you guys, with the current girl you're dating, did you ever do that part, or did you kind of go straight into meeting and?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not sending her pictures of me before I met her with no.
Have you ever done that, Rob?
Before meeting somebody?
Yeah.
No.
You've never sent a dick pic?
I've sent stuff to girls I was dating, but not to girls I've never met. That's fucking nuts.
Do you send dick pics?
Back in the day when cameras weren't so fucking perfect. Now they're too good. I feel like it's
so weird to me.
Too many megapixels?
It's no offense, but to me it feels a little arrogant to be here's my dick.
Right. Sometimes what I'll do is if I'm laying in bed and the sheets are rising, I'll send a picture hey, guess what's waiting for you?
Yeah, I've gotten one of those from Rob.
Yeah. And then you heard the Porsche peel out.
Check out my boner, dude.
Yeah. You just wrote back, hell yeah,
dude. Nice tent, brush.
Did you ever have a normal job, Jamie? We know Cass is Mr. Best Buy. Did you ever have a normal job?
I mean, I would work in my dad's office, but no. But I didn't have another boss that I didn't know or live with. No, I was always acting. And then when I needed some extra money, I would work in my dad's office and he would pay me $10 an hour.
Did any guy ever try and hit on you there and your dad threatened to kill him or something?
My dad's not that type of guy.
He's yeah, she's cute, right?
Yeah, or he'll just be what do you do? He would just engage in it. My dad is not that at all. Neither were my brothers. It was kind of annoying. I remember wishing that they were, because it's kind of felt like it was protective. But no, nobody ever hit on me. They knew I was his daughter. I don't think
protected
I was.
you.
I feel like I wasn't maybe as nice as I am and friendly as I am. I think I put off a vibe if you don't know me because I have a really pretty intense resting bitch face. I haven't gotten hit on often in my life, and I think it's because I look angry all the time. If I'm not, if I'm just resting, like if you didn't know me, you'd be like, "What's
The
that
devil.
bitch problem?" Yeah,
Yeah, you look like the devil, actually.
yeah.
When do you think your parents still have sex?
Yes, because my mom told me they do. Because
Wow.
they sleep in separate bedrooms and have slept in separate bedrooms for 12 years on like different floors. My dad's in the basement apartment and she's in the main bedroom. And I remember saying, like, I don't get it. Like, what is this marriage? Like, what is this? And she's like, we don't like how each other sleeps. I get my own everything. He gets his own everything. Like, we meet in different bedrooms still to have sex. It's very healthy, Jamie. But we sleep separately. And I was like,
part of me really respects that.
I kind of like it. Yeah.
Part of me really respects it. I feel like I always sleep better alone. And if I am spending the night with a buddy, you know, I always write that night off like, oh, I'm going to get no sleep tonight. You know, not all the time, but I totally can appreciate that. But there is something
we've been married
to
45 years. Like, I've been married 7.
Even Lucy and Ricky, they slept in separate beds, but it was in the same room, you know?
Right. I could do that.
Yeah.
See, I think if you're going separate bed, just do the separate room thing and just like, because I also like to like stay up and watch TV and.
Yeah. Also, like, farting is cool when you're in your bed.
Is cool.
You know, and when you thought you were gonna go through one of our pods and not hear something about farts, you were wrong, Buster.
No, I said it's a very pajama pants episode. That I actually ran into this girl that I'm dating. I ran into the first time where I had to shit while we were together.
Oh, love that. What happened?
I was like, I gotta take a shower. I'll be right out. And I took a shit and then I showered after.
Yeah.
I wasn't lying. I took but I was like.
You flush, like, right, you just got to do the double flush?
Oh, yeah, there were probably like 4 flushes, but it was just, yeah.
Let me tell you something. This is very candid about myself, and you have to tell me what you prefer. So I'll start with the positive. I don't have like smelly farts. Like I don't fart and it like smells. However, no.
Jamie.
However,
is this the first time she's lied to us?
However,
isn't this what people say?
I'll have these random moments where I'm walking and unexpectedly it'll be like, and I'm like, oh God. And it has happened to me in some of the most inopportune times of my life. Like, didn't I tell you when I was yelling at Cutter like a couple of months ago and I farted?
Yeah.
Like in the middle of it, I was like so upset at him and I was like making a really big point and I just farted. He just stares at me and starts laughing, which makes me more mad. Yeah. And I'm embarrassed and I'm upset. So I don't know. It's one of those like, what would you rather have like a fart with like no warning and it's noisy or no smell?
Of course, no warning with no smell.
Oh no, I like to be able to control. If I can control it, and then I can take it outside. Let the smell out
where you want, right?
Yeah, I think it's the sound that's the embarrassing part, and then like the smell only double dips on it, but it's really the.
I guess being married,
such a funny sound.
Mine is better because he thinks it's like almost adorable, and he likes that I never have smelly farts, and he doesn't have to like ever deal with that. But
that's so weird.
I don't think if you were just dating somebody, you would want my situation.
I would love to.
It's only after kids, to be honest, that this has happened.
I would love a top 10 list of your most awkward farts.
One just happened 2 days ago.
Oh, cool. No, we just missed it.
Congrats.
Yeah. Wait, how you didn't text us?
What do we even have a group chat for if?
What if she just farted?
Well, I'm just sharing this. The designer that I'm working with and our interior designer flew to Texas and she came to the house for the first time. and we were walking up and down the stairs, and I was following her, and she was down below waiting for me to come down, and I was talking, and like as I walked, it happened as I was talking, and we both didn't reference.
That's cool.
Wow.
That's so cool.
So would you rather, when you let one out, would you rather someone bring it up or no? Just pretend like it didn't. Jamie is losing it.
Yeah, dude.
Well, honestly, like for like a solid hour after it happened, I've been like, I should have just said something. Like I wish I said.
Yeah.
Regrets.
I
had a feeling.
You know,
I would have
like,
leaned
I wish
into
I
it.
just like, yeah, like I wish I just.
Oh, you're
like,
crying now. Speaking of, you're crying on the pod like you always do.
Crying and farting. That's it. That's the title of this app.
If I ever hear you fart, I swear to God, I'll say like, Jamie, what the fuck was that? I will make sure to let you know that I've heard and received it, and I need answers.
And we'll have a full sit down.
When I get a second mic and we have Cutter on the show, he'll tell you. He has them all.
There's
like,
always an excuse now.
Memory,
We need a second mic now. You guys are in the same building for once. Jesus.
Oh my God.
I think we should tell people. Should we tell people about Headspace, Jamie-Lynn?
Yes, let's tell them about Headspace. And Rob has talked about the benefits of meditation in his life and what that practice has brought him. And I told you guys that I've gotten more seriously into it. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without an app like Headspace. Having guided meditation, it gives you that daily dose of mindfulness in the form of guided meditations. It's such an easy app to use. It's so simple. And it has a whole library, really, that can help you within 3 minutes. Just change your mood, change your day, whether you need help falling asleep. It has wind down sessions. For parents, it has morning meditations you can do with your kids. And, meditation has been proven to reduce stress, improve sleep, boost focus, increase your overall sense of well-being. I mean, Rob, you can talk endlessly about the benefits of meditation in your life as well.
Yeah, I think if you could get Jack to meditate with you, you'd probably have less Band-Aids on your body.
Oh my God.
At this
That's
point.
a whole other one.
But I love Headspace. Headspace is the app that I started meditating with. Like that's how I got into. I had meditated like 3 times before, and I couldn't get in a rhythm. And as soon as I got Headspace, and I set it to remind me, and it told me every day like it's time for you to meditate, and then it made it just so much easier. And it's meditation has definitely changed my life, and I think this is a great way to get started.
Yeah, and the 3 of us love you guys, and we feel like you deserve to feel happier. And Headspace is the meditation made simple. So go to headspace.com/pajama. That's headspace.com/pajama for a free 1-month trial. And it gives you access to Headspace's full library of meditations for every situation. This is the best deal offered right now. So again, head to headspace.com/pajama.
It's time for a quick sponsor. Thank you guys for watching the pod. And of course, the sponsors keep the pod rolling. This week, it's brought to you by HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh cuts out stressful meal planning and grocery store trips so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in about 30 minutes or less. And HelloFresh offers 25 plus recipes to choose from each week, from vegetarian meals to craft burgers to extra special gourmet options. There's something for everyone to enjoy, with all recipes designed and tested by professional chefs and nutritional experts to ensure deliciousness and simplicity. I got my HelloFresh delivered in a box, and the beauty is it comes with everything I need. Everything's pre-measured, and I don't run the risk of putting too much salt or forgetting the cilantro. And I don't know why I said cilantro. It's cilantro, Cass. And I always forget it. And so why bother with going to the grocery store and forgetting something and spending the gas when you could just have it come straight to your door with everything that you need? This week, I was enjoying my pub-style shepherd's pie and balsamic tomato and herb chicken pasta. It's super tasty, and people will think you know what you're doing, which is, I'm always a big fan of services that make me look more proficient in something than I actually am. So thank you, HelloFresh. And they have a special offer just for our PJ Pants listeners. All you got to do is go to HelloFresh.com/pajama12. Use code pajama12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. Once again, that's HelloFresh.com/pajama12 and use code pajama12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping, and support the people that support the show and find out why it's America's #1 meal kit. Oh, it's time for emails. And if you guys want to send us an email, sorry we don't get to as many of them as we should, but we're trying. We're moving studios, but send it in anyways. AskPajamaPants@gmail.com. This one comes from Nick.
This one comes from Nick.
This one comes from Nick. Hey, Pajama people. My name is Nick from Long Island, and I just discovered the podcast within the last week. Is that the hawk? No, it's my crow friend. That's the same crow I feed every day.
He was letting you know.
For those of you who follow my crow adventures on my Instagram, I'm telling you, activity's been really picking up this week.
I gotta say, I saw that crow's face when he saw Kasim. He wasn't too excited.
Well, it's because it's past his feeding time. He's hungry. Okay, Nick from Long Island just discovered the podcast within the last week. I've watched practically all of them so far. I wanted to share a little story with you guys, as well as I thank you for having the most relatable podcast on YouTube. I love the shoot the shit type of vibe, the lack of structure. I mean, that is a compliment. You guys just bounce around and talk it out. I love it. I was shocked when I saw Kasim G because I knew this guy's face from somewhere and couldn't figure it out until he mentioned the interviews with the porn stars. Me and my girlfriend used to get high and watch them all the time. Love your wits and sarcastic remarks. You're incredible specimen, brother. Thank you. Obviously, being a New York guy in a big Italian family, I've seen The Sopranos more times than the average and at such a young age. It warms my heart that Jamie and Rob are so close to this day. Watching the show reminds me of my family. My mom with her hair and her nails and jewelry, and my father, who was very much a part of that life Tony lived. And AJ and Meadow as brother and sister, literally just like me and my sister. It was so amazing and relatable, that entire show. So thank you. Real quick, I wanted to share a brief story about when
You're winded from this email.
Oh, dude, you guys know my reading skills are just so suboptimal.
They're much better than mine, babe.
It was me and my father early in the morning. I forgot where we were. I think maybe 90th Street or something like that. We were walking, and I was about 11 or 12, and I see Robert, and I'm like, Dad, that's AJ. That's AJ. I want to get his autograph. So we walk up, and my father says, how you doing, kid? I'm a fan of the show, and my son loves you. Can he get an autograph? And Robert just looked at my dad and said, not interested.
There's no way that's true.
Not interested and turned away. Ha, ha, ha.
No, you didn't.
I remember looking at my dad and saying, wait, what happened? And he was, no, that's some schmuck. That ain't him. Let's go. But I knew it was you, Robert. I didn't cry. The subject is clickbait.
I think this whole story is.
But I really wanted to share that with you. And now hearing of your past with drugs and alcohol, which I applaud you for changing those ways, it makes sense as to why you have been in the mood to do so, as it being super early in the morning. You were probably partying hard only a few hours prior. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you see this. All is forgiven, Rob. And I love the merch. Next up should be pajama pants. Seems fitting. Ciao, Nick. P.S. What no fucking ZD now. Look, I should have read that before and been like, hey, is this cool?
I would have said not interested.
Yeah.
No, that sounds...
Does that sound like you?
I was with Rob many times when he was very fucked up. And if anyone ever came up and recognized you, you were so kind every time.
Well, this is in the
there was
morning.
Like a part of... Who cares?
Well, maybe he wasn't fucked up. Maybe he was just recovering, and maybe he wasn't in the mood.
But even if I would have said no, it would have been like, hey, I'm so sorry. Here's a reason. Like, not interested. Like walking away. Maybe I was in the middle of...
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, maybe I was in the middle of filming a scene.
Yeah.
Next time my kids come up and ask me for something, I'm going to be like, not interested.
Not interested. Not interested in how you're growing up, kid.
Not interested
Yeah, I've been with Rob a few times while he's been recognized, and he's always been very cool about it. So
I'd like to say I'm happy we brought back the email segment of the show.
Yeah.
Because that was... Thanks, guys. Really. It's been a while.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, no, we appreciate all the emails, even if they sting a little. This one's a little shorter, which I appreciate. Dear Pajamies, It's no surprise that lockdown has been kicking the world's collective ass and causing widespread disruption. Without most of our usual distractions, a lot of us have been forced to contend with parts of ourselves that we'd rather keep out of the way. And that can lead to some pretty hard truths. I'd like to ask each of you, if you're comfortable, to share a time or a situation where you were confronted with or came to realize something that you previously refused to admit to yourself. P.S. What have y'all been doing to occupy yourself during quarantine? Pick up any new hobbies? AA. I mean, that could be the person that wrote it. That could be the thing that they picked up during quarantine, or it could have been sent by AA. Who knows? But that's what the letter is ended with. Hard truths.
Like I said, I started a date. That's the whole podcast now. Every time I reference anything, I'm like, I started dating someone, and
I can't get enough of it, to be honest.
Something that I've realized before, but we've been talking about a lot, is like being right means something to me, and there's like a value in it of like, it's like currency. Cause I think, how I was raised, there was always fights, and it was like whoever won the fight, the person who was right was the person who won the fight. And like I've been talking to this girl, and I'm like, I think I want to be in a place in my life now where someone told me, when you're fighting with your significant other, you don't win the fight when you're right. You win the fight when the fight's over. That's the only way to win the fight. So it's like, you're not fighting against the other person. You're fighting against the fight. So if you could end the fight, you both won. If you're right and she's wrong, you didn't win, because now your significant other feels like shit. Yeah. So what's the point? So I'm trying to get to a point in my life where being right, I don't want it to mean so much to me. I don't want it to mean anything, but that seems like it's not going to happen. But it's just like, I think people don't like to accept it's like being right means a lot to you. And then you just automatically want to get defensive about it and be like, no, it doesn't, where it's like, because to some people it doesn't mean anything, right? It's like, even if you tell people like I love playing board games, where it's like, because that win means something to you, where some people are like, why would you play a board game? Like, I don't even understand this, because that win doesn't mean anything to them. And sometimes I want to get to a point, or I just want to keep making being right mean less and less and less to me. And I feel like it does mean less to me than it did, 5 or 10 years ago. So I think I'm going in the right way. But I think sometimes it's just like, I'll be in my head over and over and over, like where I'm just like, just let it go. Like, it's not like we were out at dinner the other night, and she's like, yeah, the bathroom is that way. And like in my head, I was like, no, like I know it's that way, but I didn't say anything. And then the waiter was walking by. I was, excuse me, where's the bathroom? And he said the way that I said that I thought it was. And I went, and while I was peeing, I was like, when I get back to that table, I'm going to tell her like I was right. And by the time I was done peeing, I was like, for what? Yeah. Like, what's the good that comes out of that? Like if I go back and tell her, the only thing that could come from that is, oh, well, sorry, I didn't know. And then it's like, yeah, well, I'm not trying to say. And then you get into like, well, the way you said it was like this. And I was just like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to let it go. And just went back to dinner and sat down, and I looked her in the face and said, I'm the better person.
So huge.
I won.
Yes. And she didn't know why, but it was better that way.
But I won.
Yeah. So that's something that I'm working on currently.
Oh, I mean,
a really good answer.
It's a really great answer. And it's something I for sure have also, and it took me getting into therapy to even realize that I was doing that. I felt like everything had a right and wrong answer, like, for example, and I brought this up in the past before, but like famously me and my ex had an argument about, I told her I would call her in the morning, and I called her at the next day, and I called her at 11 a.m. And
morning.
And then she says, you said you called me in the morning. I'm like, it's 11 a.m. And she's like, it's the afternoon. I'm like, no, afternoon is afternoon. And she's like, well, it's 11 a.m. It's like the afternoon to me, And I was like, oh boy, like I know I'm technically right. And I think she knows I'm technically right, but I got so hung up on the technical aspect and the black and white, I didn't stop to think that like she gets up earlier, she has by the time her 11 a.m. is she's already been up for 5 hours, and I've just been up for like 3, and so there's a big difference for her in terms of what she expects as far as the morning. And all she's really saying is like, I just wanted, all she really wanted was to talk, and we both got hung up on this particular thing, and I wanted to be right and she wanted to be heard. And then we didn't get an inch farther in the conversation. And that's all because I get so trapped in thinking like the textbook definition is what is right, and everyone should understand that. But that's not the case. And what you just said is like you're just both losing until you can at least empathize with the other person and like make an attempt and try to understand what it is that you're actually having a discussion about. And it's not about when 11 a.m. is, even though like to me it's just fucking crazy. But it's like, and that's been the case a lot of times. Our relationship was like, it can be boiled down to 11 a.m. is 11 a.m. to me, but it wasn't to her, and for different reasons, we had different feelings about what that was and why it seemed to bug her just as much as it seemed to bug me, but for totally different reasons. So I really appreciate that. And it took somebody to just be like, hey dude, you guys aren't, you're not right when you make somebody feel shame or stupid or something for not knowing the answer or not agreeing with your answer. No one wins in that situation, even though, yeah, you're technically right about this specific thing that means nothing really. So I was like 37 when I started to figure that out. And it's still like a daily battle. Cause I do the thing that Rob does, like at the urinal and be like, oh, I'm going to, how can I frame this in a way where she knows that she was wrong about which way the bathroom was, but how can I do it in sort of a passive aggressive way that's not so like, I don't hit it over the head, but she has to eventually find out that she's wrong about which way the bathroom is,
Yeah. And I think sometimes it's hard to like address an issue that you have yourself when it's hard to accept it when it's a thing that's like all negative, right? So something like you care about being right, and then you're like, oh, that's only a bad thing. But then I think it helps when you look at like the positive side of like, I'm sure there are scientists who are amazing scientists because being right to them means so much. So they'll sit in a fucking lab for 10 hours or 12 hours or this and trying to figure something out because they love that feeling they get when they figure it out and they're right. And so it's like, it's not always a negative thing. It's just a trait that you have that there are positives parts about and negative parts about. And realizing the negative things will only help you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And and you can also have forgiveness and see where the intention might have been behind each one. You know what I mean? As long as it's not like straight up harming other people. I've done that. I've made a list of the things that I don't like about myself, and then I've tried to like flip them. So I did this because somebody told me to do it about my kids. Like if there's things that are bothering me about my kids, like a outspoken toddler can mean an assertive adult. So I was like, well, then where does this mean for me, for the shitty things about me? Where can I turn it around? And it was an exercise that definitely, I think, helped me with my, own self-acceptance, I guess, or, self-love.
It's a constant battle every day.
Did you guys anything? What was her question exactly about the pandemic? What things
Have you been occupying yourself? Picking up any new hobbies?
Yeah, Catan. Settlers of Catan.
Yeah.
You're really into that Catan, huh?
So into it. We love it.
Wow.
I'm so fucking pissed about it.
You missed the boat, huh?
So happy. Not going anywhere, Cass. I'll still be playing whenever I see ya.
Yeah, did you pick up anything?
Well, I tried to play the piano and you shit on my fucking dreams.
Yeah, sure did.
Amazing piano.
I was not a great friend in that.
You picked up new snacks, good snacks,
for sure. Yeah.
Did we get into Erewhon? I mean, did you get into Erewhon during the pandemic, or were you shopping there before?
I was digging there. I was digging there before.
I feel like we really went hard in the paint at Erewhon.
Air One it's basically a place in LA that if you shop at, you're a piece of shit. It feels
Absolutely.
like it's the most.
No
like,
matter
it's-
what, you could get 5 things or 20 things. It's $100 your cart always.
And I know it's not relatable, and I hate it. And most people watching this podcast are like, "Why the fuck?" But it's I go in like this girl that I'm dating now. This
Love
girl,
it.
she's like,
Can we
"Oh,
just give her like a name or an initial?
Yeah, I think we could say her name,
Dude,
right?
fuck yeah, dude. Do
That's
it.
up to you.
Do it. Fuck, do it, man.
It's Sarah.
Yeah, dude.
No. But I think
What's up, Sarah?
so.
Hi,
When
Sarah.
Thanks for tuning into the pod, brother.
when she talks about like, look how happy Jamie is that somebody took me off her hands, huh? When we talk about like going to certain places, she's like, oh, have you been to Joshua Tree? We should go to Joshua Tree. And in my head, I'm just like, she's like, the vibe there is so. And in my head, I'm like, this is not like I don't like. She's like Palm Springs. I'm like, I've been to Palm Springs. I think it's like a douchey place that people go. But then what I do understand is like some people feel good going to these places. Like I feel good going to Air One.
Yeah.
Yes.
I walk
True.
into Air One
It's
and I'm
their
like,
Air One.
I'm in my place. Like I just,
Yeah.
Yes,
It's the
and when you're
fucking
in a
best.
relationship, sometimes you have to, just entertain your partner, because I know from my, like, if I was ever going to bring Cutter to somewhere that was important to me or that I really liked, it meant a lot to me that he would be very present and like open to the place or the experience or whatever it was that I was wanting to share that meant something to me. So I think that that's part of being a good partner, is like being game for something that means something to the other person.
Yeah.
yeah, I told her, I was like, I'll go wherever you want to go, but I just don't like, she likes to take pictures. Then when she takes pictures, she's upset that I'm not excited about them. I'm like, listen, I'm not saying you can't take pictures of me. I'm like, take all the pictures you want when we're together, but don't expect me to then get excited when you want me to look at them.
I wish I could be there for those conversations. I've seen the way Rob, like when
This is the moments Cass has just been waiting for.
I
Yeah,
know.
He's happy you
Yesterday-
had sex, but he's dying for these things.
Yesterday, she took a selfie with me in the back. I said, not interested.
Oh, she's gonna have to have her own pod about all this.
You
But wait,
guys,
what is-
but I did come up with a pod that I think Cutter should start. I think it should be our first Pajama Pants production. It's called I'm Rattled with Cutter Dykstra.
Oh, I love it.
And every week
Yeah.
it's something new that he's rattled about.
How about
Because you know that he can go fucking on and on and on, and everything rattles Cutter.
Can we just
Everything.
how about we start it with like a 60-second segment on Pajama Pants
Okay.
where it's like Cutter's
I'll record it
I'm
on my phone.
yeah,
It's to
I'm
grind
rattled.
my gears. Yeah.
I'm rattled, and I want to see what is
This
he
past
rattled
one
about
was
this week?
fruit trees bringing too many bugs to the patio.
Oh, that's such a fucking Cutter thing too.
And then he
Bro.
went on like this rampage on Amazon of buying bug catchers and
Yeah.
and
It's a-
then I think we should have a positive though, and to be like, that's sick, bro. Because there's always something, once a week that's like, that's sick, bro, that
Yeah.
he wants to buy.
right.
So
like the thing that
it's
kills
I'm
the
rattled
bug.
with Cutter Dykstra, and then some therein will sprinkle the what's
And
sick,
that
Brought to you by Theragun.
that sick bro should directly correlate with the thing that he's bothered by. Like the bug
Correct.
catcher is the thing that's sick that
Yep.
he was bothered by. Yeah, full circle.
yeah.
I love it. So wait, hold on. Can we slip by something? So you really want to be there when
Oh,
me
sorry,
and
sorry,
Sarah
yes.
are no, you didn't do it. When
Oh yeah.
when we're getting into it a little?
Yeah.
And why is that, Cass?
Because I feel like I've been that. I've been her, and I want to see like somebody else deal with your eccentricities and see how I want to see I know Rob hates taking photos, I've been with him when Joe Perino's wife, Yuri, tried to get Rob, she'll just turn on the camera and just be videotaping, and then she'll come on Rob and Rob will just have I don't want, and so I want to see what happens when that's somebody who's more intimately involved with Rob
Yeah.
is dealing with those things, and that's That's
Is she
like
posting pictures of you guys?
No,
she needs to post a pod about it every week.
But
My
wait,
life with Rob.
you've taken pictures with me a bunch of times, and I'm never mad, right?
Yeah, I guess.
You've
I
taken-
mean,
but-
we
but
take them
here's-
for the pod. Have we ever taken, like, besides in New York when we were...
But here's why I would get mad at Yuri, and you know she's listening. Hi, Yuri.
Yeah, because they're
Hi.
the biggest supporters of the pod. You
Yeah.
know they're
They're
listening.
bad. They
But
put it
here's-
up every Monday,
Yeah.
telling a new pod.
The reason
Best.
why I would get upset with Yuri is because she would videotape like personal moments where I'm spewing hatred about things and I'm being my real self, and then all of a sudden I turn around and she's just there with the camera.
Yeah.
Videotaping
Yeah, I know,
me.
man.
And I'm like,
She
oh,
wants
this-
to remember.
Right, and it's also the truth is it's one of those things where like when I'm with them, I love spending time with them, and I'm very present and I'm having a great time, and then I turn around and she's videotaping, and it just takes me out of the whole thing, and it's not
Yeah.
fun. But like when we went to Air One out here, she was taking photos of us, and it was fun.
Yeah.
There's so many of them. This stuff, but then it's like, all right, we have 75 photos now, Yuri.
Right.
Like,
And then
Right.
she just kept doing it because she's just like, she's a happy person. She likes to
Yeah.
capture memories. And so she pulls her phone out like more than the rest of us to get those memories. And she's, oh, you guys look so cute, you know? And like, I go like, oh, thanks. You're like, yeah. And then Rob's like, dude, you took enough, you know? And it's
well, because we just, me, Cassim, and Joey, the way we became close friends was we did a TV show together.
Yeah.
And there was 3 hours of footage of us. And then Yuri came to hang out with us, and she's taking pictures, and she's like, well, these are for memories. I was like, we have 3 hours
Yeah.
worth of, if we need to go back
Yeah.
to look at stuff, we got it, you know? And it was like the hellos, you know, those, and again, Yuri, we love you. You do no wrong besides this.
love Yuri.
Yeah, even this we accept, and I don't even. But then again, when this girl, I understand that people want to take pictures. I don't come off like it bothers me at all.
Yeah.
But then when she wants to show them to me and is like, "Isn't this a good one?" and I'm like, "No, it's not. It's not a good one. I don't like that, and I don't.
Oh, yes.
I'm not gonna. Do you want me to fake it?
Me. Yes.
You want me to pretend to be excited about this photo of us that I don't like looking at right now? Like, what's the way? What do you want me to do? I could be me, or I could be fake.
There's got to be plenty of time for her to by now have seen a lot of this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she's still around, which is great.
Oh, you kidding? She's loving.
Oh yeah.
She's loving it.
Yeah, look at you guys. Jamie's fucking 24 years. She's around.
Yeah.
How long have you been?
I don't know. This feels like yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. You just said the right thing. That's right.
You guys, I have a week left in my 30s.
Oh
Wow.
my God, that's right.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you're official gonna be in that MILF territory.
Yeah. I hope so. Yeah.
You want to be sexy till you die, right?
You know, it's so funny. Cutter and I got almost in an argument about me thinking I'm sexy or not today. Like it got him angry. He was like, "You don't think you're sexy?"
Yeah, you don't think you're sexy,
and I'm
but
like,
he definitely.
no. And he's like, "That fucking pisses me off, Jamie." Like he was angry at me. He's like, "You're
Rattled.
fucking hot," because I put this like yellow you could see it like bathing suit on today.
Uh-huh.
And I was
Oh.
swimming. He went to go play golf, and when he came home, I was in the pool with the boys, and he came in and he like came over. He's like, "Ooh, what's this?" I'm like, "Stop!" And he's like, "Fuck, Jamie! Like you don't think you're sexy? Like think you're hot? Like believe you're hot." And we got into it about it.
You're fucking hot, bro.
Yeah.
That's what he was basically. You're hot.
Well,
Fucking
isn't that
hot."
nice? Isn't that nice to
So
have?
nice,
Yeah,
so
like your
nice.
husband come home and just like, wow, like yeah, my wife's fucking hot.
I
feel
just
like,
don't know how to react to it. I guess.
I feel like this is kind of a perfect time to bring on the guest thing we have. You know what I'm talking about? I think we should do it right now.
Well, we kind of have to.
I think we
Yeah.
should.
You
What's
brought it up.
happening?
Let's prove it. Go. We have a guest here. You want to go?
Okay.
This is to. It just feels right now. Do you not think so? I think it feels right.
Okay.
It feels right, Amy Lee. Okay, Amy Lee. We want to show you how sexy we think you are because you haven't been around lately.
Where did you get that?
And
What is that?
we love you and we missed you around.
Oh my God. Well, you know, as you can see, it really doesn't look like the same person. So yeah, maybe I'm sexing it up.
No, this looks just like you. What are
Where
you talking
did you
about?
get that?
Hey, Amy Lee.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so great to have you back. I thought you left us. You look fantastic, Amy Lee. You know where I got it? When me and Kasim went to San Diego together, I walked into his bedroom to wake him up one morning, and he was laying next to this. And he said, whatever you do, don't tell Cutter.
Don't say anything.
That's what he said.
Oh,
He said,
Cass.
don't tell Cutter.
Isn't this nice?
It's so nice. Where'd you get it?
Look how
Did you
much of a
order
babe
it?
you
Did
are.
you special order it?
We did.
When you see this, do you go, "Oh yeah, I'm sexy"? Do you see what we see?
Well,
do you see what
here's
Cutter
the thing. Yes, in a way, but here's
you
but then like
stuck-up
look at
bitch.
me right now. Like
Well, so what?
but this is how I always
But also,
am.
you're
Like,
lit. Yeah, dude.
This is like red carpet 2000.
Yeah.
2009?
I had Bo already because Bo.
Look at you.
Look at those slammers, dude. Look at those sweater pups.
You look fantastic, Amy Lee.
Thank you. Well, thank you guys. That's very
Even
sweet.
your
I'm
knees.
so
Can we
happy.
get the knees up here?
You like my
This
legs?
is how it came in the package, by the way.
Really?
I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, she's flexible.
Yeah. Fantastic. Amy Lee's been doing yoga. You look great. We missed your presence.
Oh.
Yeah, and we wanted
So
to.
sweet.
We actually got it for our trip to San Diego, and we were gonna do like videos with you, with us, and everything, but it didn't come in time.
Yeah.
Oh, what a bummer. Well, that
So
really
it's like
means
you
a lot to
never
me that you
left.
ordered that. It's very sweet. You know, it was funny because our kids love to watch YouTube. So we, like a family thing we do a lot of time after bath, before bed, is we'll watch music videos as a family together on YouTube.
Yeah, we used to be part of the family, Jen.
Yeah, some
Yeah,
real cool
okay.
videos. Yeah.
So I don't know
Miley
how it got
Cyrus.
into like a search of like Bo and then me and then Cutter. And then so there was like, Jack was like pointing on one he wanted really badly. And we're like, it was like this picture of me like in a magazine shoot, like on like a floor, you know, posing all sexy. And so Cutter picks it and it's like a 60-second like montage of just like me in like the raunchiest outfits, like the raciest poses. And Cutter was like, did I make this? Like,
Gabby,
what
see
is
if you can
happening
pop
right
that
now?
into the pod right now.
I'm wearing like a pink like bandeau with like a black like line in the middle on the floor.
Sick, dude. Yeah, when you were doing that stuff, what was going through your head? Did you also take the stance of like, I'm not sexy, or were you feeling yourself in that moment?
No, I remember there was a time in my life where I got more comfortable. I think just doing that sort of thing, and then B, just like there's a weird, you know, you've had nights where you just feel like you're like it's like just a vibe. Like you're like, I got it. I feel good today. I feel like everything's flowing, everything's working. And I had a photo shoot or two in my life where I felt like really good. Yeah. I also can tell the ones a mile away where I was feeling, you know, insecure as fuck. But this was a montage of all my best moments, I guess.
And so in front of your kids, what's
Yes.
going on there? What did they
Bo
say?
was like, Bo goes, "You're so full of yourself, Mom." I was like, yeah.
Bo
And he
knows,
goes, "But you're
dude.
good at that. You're good at the hand on the hip, Moms." And then he was making fun of me,
That's
as
funny.
they do.
Oh, that's
Would
great.
you be one of those people who like 3 days before your photo shoot, you're like, I'm not, I ate 3 almonds today.
No,
or-
I'm a self-sabotager. I'll eat like fucking diner food the night before just to be like, fuck you, Jamie.
Yeah.
No, I've never, ever been good at that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, one day I can teach you.
Cass,
You
when
tell me
went
not to do something and then I want to do it.
I'm going to go for an email here. We're on a roll.
Yeah.
Do it.
Ooh, this one is titled, and I haven't read any of these yet, but this one says Nicholas forward monetizing Kasim's sexting pics. This is something I'm interested in, okay? Because quite frankly, I haven't made any money on any of these photos so far. God damn it, I fumbled my phone and hit send mid-email. Oh, okay, I think he sent us an email before. All right, anyways, I'm laying in, couch, thinking of Kay's body and how to monetize his images of it because a story came across the headlines of my favorite liberal TV news outlet, which is about someone who turned a popular newsworthy image of herself into an NFT and sold it for $400K. NFT equals non-fungible token. Or
Jamie just perked up. She's listening.
Yeah, you just bit your lower lip, Jamie. What's up?
She heard $400K for some naked fucking pictures. She's ready to go.
I know about this.
Okay, great. Well, we'll have an NFT talk here shortly. NFT, non-fungible token, are a unique digital file that can be encoded onto the blockchain platform to be sold and not replicated other than by its originator. Folks, I recently discovered the world of NBA Top Shots NFT moments. These things are going nuts. Look it up. A limited edition moment sold to only 50 people can fetch tens of thousands of dollars. I'm sure you guys understand that. When an item of interest is of scarce supply, its value is high. This is the concept of NFTs, and this is why Kay should take some real doozies. I'm talking about a taint shot. Turn them into NFTs and sell them on the blockchain for serious loot. What could go wrong? Love you guys. Love the podcast, Nick. Look, I appreciate that. I think I don't know if this is the case with you guys because you guys actually invest, but I'm not currently invested in the stock market. I don't have any crypto, but every single person that I talk to or that comes over to my house or that I just casually have a conversation with, they are all somehow in the market, and I feel very out of the loop. And like I'm missing the boat because it's not just the random guy here or there. It's everyone that I talk to has some sort of opinion about being in the market. And I used to have friends, and now I just have people that come over and talk to me about crypto. And I am close to joining. I just really don't. I feel dumb, to be honest, because I understand the idea of an NFT. I don't know how I go about buying one or if I should buy one. Is this something that's going to become a fad and go? Why is everyone still talking about Dogecoin? Do you have any Doge? I mean,
yeah, I got it.
Of course,
I got it. I'll hear it if we want to do something fun, so we could get Kasim's live reaction. So I bought Bitcoin in 2017, and I'm gonna show. We'll get Kasim's face. I'm going to show him my account now, and we're just going to get a reaction shot from our boy Cas. All right, ready?
The number is how much you've made since.
Yeah, I put about $6,000. I put about $6,000 into this.
Oh. I mean, that's all yours right now, or that's out there?
No, that's right. I could cash it out right now if I want.
And that's just crypto? Yeah,
that's Bitcoin, Ethereum. Yeah, I got a little bit of Dogecoin. I got a little, but those are just, I think,
$2.5 million.
Yeah, I wish.
Jesus.
No, it's a nice amount.
That's incredible. But here's the thing: you're just everyone who buys in today. You're late. It's just about how late you want to be, right? How late do I want to be to the crypto game?
Well, again, the people seem to be listening to a lot are the twins, the Winklevoss twins who started Gemini, which is a place that you could buy cryptocurrency, blah, blah, blah. And what they say is they think Bitcoin is equal to or greater than gold. And if that's true, which all the people who are into it say it's better than gold, then Bitcoin, when it's worth the same amount as gold, it'll be worth $500,000 a coin. And right now it's about it fluctuates between, 50, 60 something, almost 70,000 a coin. So they're saying it's going to get to 500,000.
It's unreal to me.
We met people in the neighborhood today, like random different people. And this older woman came over and was talking to us and said to Peter, what do you do? He said, I work for Therabody and blah, blah, blah. And she goes, well, you're young. What's your thoughts on crypto, Bitcoin and stuff? Like, I think it's like, it is. It was the second question she asked him.
Yeah. That's what curious. I'm
and
to the point
he's like,
now.
I don't know anything. I've got too late on it.
And people are out in the street, like just randomly going crypto, like crypto. Who knows? Like that's how I feel. I'll walk outside and I need to my neighbor, like, hey, dude, do you know what to do? Because I have no fucking. I feel so late. The most money I've made investing in years has been on comic books, and I feel like such a boomer when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm getting in. Though.
And Cutter even saying, I don't know about it, is him coming around. Because 6 months ago, when I was talking about it,
I don't know if he would
like,
say that to you.
Yeah, 6 months ago, he was shitting on me for having it. He's like,
really? I thought that it's a very Cutter thing, it feels like, crypto.
That's what I thought too. And that's why I was excited to share it with him. But he's like, oh, dude, that shit is fake. Like, telling me not to be into it or whatever. And I'm like,
we got to get him on the pod, dude. We got to get him in
next week.
Cutter's gripes. What's the segment
I really
called?
want him to hear this conversation about the wanting to be right thing, because that's a little bit of him.
Oh, don't take other people's inventory, Jamie, and just focus on yourself.
What is it called again? Cutter segment?
Rile me up.
I'm rattled.
Yeah,
yeah. And then that's
I'm real rattled,
though.
guys. Real rattled.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be watching fucking like, was it the Super Bowl we were watching? But like there was a game where Patrick Mahomes was fucking up and he was like, he's rattled. He's rattled. He's like so
Sometimes Cutter gets in this loop where he says the same thing over and over.
While he's pacing.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Bro.
Oh, it's great. I miss him. I think we should definitely plan to do this in person very soon. I think also it'll be the first trip post-vaccine. I just got vaccinated, and I don't know. Thanks, Jamie, by the way, for checking in on me. The most I felt was just super tired. I'm glad
you never got the chills. Nothing.
I didn't really.
What is chill?
Chill or chill? Yeah, I'm part of big vaccine. Does your girl talk to you about that? She's vaccinated. She's definitely
she's leaking it onto me.
Yeah,
what do they call shedders? What shedding, bro? She's shedding. You shed the fucking vax, bro.
You were shedding the vax.
Did she ask you like, hey, are you gonna get it? And what'd you say? I know you've had that conversation.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not like out at fucking concerts, and I'm not a Lollapalooza guy. Yeah. Like I don't see people anyway.
Right.
So
Can I tell you there's a group of people that I know here that like are saying the shedding thing, like not to go near people that are vaxxed, and they said don't go near people that got the jab.
And they're serious, and it's not a joke.
Yeah, okay.
I thought the shedding thing was something you just made up.
No, it's a thing
they
going
were like,
around.
Don't go near a woman that got the jab because she'll screw up your menstrual cycle.
Oh wow!
Like if you walk by me, I'm gonna like fuck up your uterus, basically.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm just saying the girl who I'm dating got the jab, and
then her period was bad. Yeah.
And not only
what does a bad period mean? You came out like a comma?
No, it's just like it's just a lot.
And I had a semicolon.
And one of her friends was saying she didn't get her period at all.
Yeah, no, it's throwing people's off. It threw mine off too a little bit.
Is that a problem? Or because I feel like
your tell us, Dr. Cass.
Your periods are very temperamental. You know, anything can happen.
Mine are?
Yours specifically.
Yeah.
And I know because I have you here every day, and I wake up and I
when my boobies get bigger a little bit.
We just had to clean this poor girl up. She's wearing white, but
yeah. We use it as a bounce in here to get the light
innocent.
on.
Yeah, it's a good bounce card for you.
Yeah, you look great, Jamie-Lynn.
Oh, you're very sweet. Thank you.
Happy to have you. But that's the thing. That's the way I feel. Is like I think it's very I think older people getting the vax. I'm very happy. I think if you're an immediate get the vax, everything good. But I'm like I'm really healthy. I don't know why.
Yeah, I get it.
And I'm not like I'm never
gonna get in order to get my medication.
Right, and I'm not somebody who's saying I'm never gonna get the vaccine. I'm just waiting for more stuff to come out and see how it is. We're like. I'm not somebody who I don't work in a fucking office. I'm not going to make anything speedier. I don't see people like this. Like I'm going to wait a year or two and see what's going on. And I like my period, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't want to give it up.
You're very regular.
Yeah. I don't want to give it up.
Take such good care of yourself.
Oh, Jamie, did you know, I don't know if we ever talked about it on here, but we talked about the job stuff earlier about having a regular job. Do you know I had a regular job?
I didn't.
When I was like 14, I think, or something like that, maybe even 13. So we used to hang out at this video game store all the time because they would like sometimes you didn't know when they would put the controllers out and like let you play video games on the TV.
Yeah.
So we'd always walk by and see if it was going on. And then when it was, we would just park ourselves in there for the rest of the night and like be playing fucking Super Nintendo or whatever the thing was at the time. And I remember we were in there, and like it was this Asian woman, and she's like, not enough people are coming here, and blah blah blah. So me and my friend were like, oh well, we could hand out flyers for you. We're like, we'll go around and we'll hand out the flyers. And she's like, oh okay, let's try it out. And I forget what she said. She'll give us like, what it was? It was across the street from a coffee shop also that we would go to every night, because at the end of the night, so I must have been like 13. At the end of the night, when they would throw out all the like donuts and the croissants and this stuff, we would take them and like pig out and like just eat fucking and they would like give them to us. It wasn't like we went through the garbage. Like we would come by at the end of the night and they would like, we saw them throwing them out and we're like, yo, could you just give them to us? And the people were like, yeah, cool. So then we would go to this video game store and like, or we'd go there before and then go there after or whatever. And the lady said yes, and she printed up all these flyers for us. And for a couple of weeks, we'd stand in front of the video game store. When we saw people about to go in, we'd hand them a flyer. So then it looked like everyone was coming in with flyers, and she was like, oh, wow, you guys are doing great for like the first couple of days. And then after we would hand them to people, we'd go like smoke a blunt in the park, and then we'd come back and we'd go smoke and come back. And finally one time after like 2 or 3 weeks, we went in there and we're high, and she's like, oh, I can't pay you guys today or whatever. And, or she said, I can't have you guys work for me today. And we were like, oh, how come? And she goes, I don't have any flyers for you guys to hand out. And my friend Matt, rest in peace, goes, oh, that's okay. I have a ton of them at my apartment. And he goes, I could just bring those in. And she was like, why do you have a ton of them at your apartment? And then his face just gave it all away. Like, because we'd hand a couple out, and then we'd go to his place, put them down. Like, then we'd go smoke a blunt.
He wasn't thinking.
No, he just didn't think at all. So he fucking ruined our job. We were back to eating fucking donuts out of the garbage.
And working on Sopranos.
Yeah, and then luckily,
Yeah.
I don't know how. I would love to know how old I was when it was like I had some money in my pocket to like that was mine.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if it was like 16 years old when I started like being able to take some dollars out.
Well, I remember I got like rattled because so second season of Sopranos, when we were filming, I started college, and my ATM, like I was at the cafeteria and like taking out the ATM, and it like said what the amount was in the account, and it was pretty small. Like it was like $9,000. Like I thought it was my parents' account that I used, and I was like, wait a minute. And I called my dad. I was like, what is? He's like, oh yeah, no, you have an ATM to your own money now. Like you're making your own money. Like we're not paying for you anymore. And I was like, oh fuck.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
New York City, $9,000. You could get a dinner and maybe that's
seriously.
about it.
I was more nervous. I was like, because it made me nervous to know that I had like now like I was responsible, and I just couldn't get yelled at and then like, deal with it later.
I remember
you're gonna rat poison again.
I didn't use my credit card until I think I was like in my late 20s, because I think people in my family convinced me like, oh, it's a scam. Like,
Yeah,
credit
You
cards
just always had cash.
I would go to the ATM and take out like the max, and then as soon as that was gone, I would go again. So there were times where I just had no money, and it was like,
I am in the middle of rebuilding my credit. I have a secured card with a $200 limit, $300 limit, and it's because I haven't used credit in like 10 years. I just paid everything off in cash. When I bought my house, I paid cash. When I bought my car, I paid cash. And it was mainly because I couldn't get a loan because I didn't have like like regular income coming in. Mm-hmm. So I kind of had to pay cash. And because of that, and I also like, part of me just wanted to like kind of be debt free. And I understand like you can make debt, like credit, like you need, and you can make it work for you and all this. But I just didn't. So like now I'm 38 and I have a secured credit card with $300 that I use just for gas, and I'm like slowly trying to build it back up. Cause I guess you never know when you might need, maybe I'll want to take a loan out against my house or do something where I don't want to just put up all that cash because maybe I won't have it one day. So, it feels it's a little weird. It feels like a little like I'm too old, like a little Billy Madison, where I'm a big guy sitting in a school desk, and like I just working on the credit, and so yeah, I'm rebuilding, and I don't know I don't know how long this will take, but it's something that I'm working on. Ladies, I'm single. Get you a guy at 38 working on his credit.
Kasim, by the way, after the last pod, I got to see Kasim's gym, his home gym for the first time. This guy is fucking killing it, ladies. He has a fucking, I don't know, are you single right now? Do I even say that, ladies? Or you kind of like...
I'm just going to say single until I'm married.
Yeah, because earlier he was like, my girl, and he's like, my ex. And
it's my, I mean, it's always going to be complicated until one of us dies. That's what I've realized.
Oh.
Yes.
What do you want to...
How does she feel about that poster behind you?
Oh, she doesn't know about that. Whenever she comes over, I go, yeah. I go, oh, Jesus.
Man.
All right,
it folds and unfolds so nicely.
Yeah.
Finally, with some...
She's very flexible.
Some physical comedy. We haven't had any since the studio. Thanks for that, babe. That was for all of our viewers. Read one email before we go.
Yeah, one last email here. Hope you guys are enjoying the longer pod. You know, we understand you guys want a longer pod. It's my goal to get this pod up to 4 hours. So that's all I would love to.
It will include a small nap by me, and then I'll wake up in the second half.
What's the longest pod you think you could do with the three of us before it was like, we got to stop? Not like this. I mean like in person.
Oh. Well, think about how we could talk for hours when you were at my house.
We kind of just do it, and a camera would have to be on.
Yeah.
But what do you think? It's like 3 hours?
Yeah.
So where
we would be eating in the middle of it for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, I could eat through the whole thing.
That's a regular.
We should do our other pies called Rob's meal.
Yeah, dinner.
What did your girl say about you having 2 bowls and that's it?
Well, last night was the first night where I was like, oh, I'm gonna get food and make food for us. She I brought a paper plate out and slapped her food onto it, and what is she gonna say? She loved it.
What'd you make her?
I went to Air One and like got some shit.
You just reheated stuff?
Yeah, I wasn't really full on cook, but like I made a salad and like I made some
nice
food or whatever, and she liked
it. Did you put the salad in the bowls?
I put the salad on the plate and I put salmon on top of it. I made it nice.
Did you eat standing up?
I made it nice.
Shout out to Dorinda.
Nice.
Shout out to Dorinda, Jamie-Lynn. Did I do
Obviously.
what?
Did you eat standing up?
Yeah, I told her because she was like, oh, we should watch TV. We started this TV show together. And she's like, Temptation Island. Fucking, it's good, but it's just fun to just joke around about. Cass, I'm not cheating on you, babe. I love you.
You watched a reality show with someone else?
I knew this was gonna...
New York starts next week, by the way.
It's okay.
We almost finished the pod scot-free, but yeah, right. Cass, we started...
Do you like it? I mean, do you enjoy it with her more?
I could enjoy both things. Both things could be true, babe.
Okay.
I enjoy watching reality shows with you. I enjoy watching reality shows with her.
Yeah, of course. Stupid of me to think this a contest.
Yeah, you're fine, right?
We're good, right?
All right. Yeah. We watched a show, and she goes, oh, we could watch our show while we eat. And I was like, I tend to eat standing alone in the kitchen. And I was like, if you'd like to join me in that, because like my couch and like the setup is just not very
Yeah, you want to know how Rob eats? You ever seen the end of Blair Witch Project? Somebody's just looking at a wall.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Sometimes it's like an hour and a half long. Yeah. I just stare at the wall.
All right, last email. Hey, PJ Podcast. First, please do not read my name on the air. I was listening to your episode from a couple weeks ago, and I was struck by the topic of weird sexual fetishes. I felt the need to enlighten you all to one I discovered during coronavirus.
Right.
It couldn't be more weird. The fetish is SPH. Small penis humiliation.
Hell yeah.
Humiliation. I discovered this on the app Kik, which is a popular way to sext. Interesting.
I used it for drug dealers back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a popular way to sex. Upon my loneliness of quarantine, I turned to this sad alternative. After a while, I discovered there are guys who get off on feeling small. I am quite large, and I'm a pleaser, so I have grown, no pun intended, to enjoy this very much. I make about 2-minute videos for guys with the camera on my dick, telling them how small they are. they go crazy.
This took a turn.
I had no choice but to divulge this odd kink I've discovered. I'm interested to see everyone's reaction. Sincerely, anonymous weirdo.
I mean, in the beginning of this, I thought he was a guy with a small penis who was going to be saying he liked girls telling him he has a small
that's
penis.
more relatable.
It turns out he's a guy with a big penis. So he has
this big penis and he makes people feel bad about their small penis?
Yeah,
Other men?
He's quite large. And he's a pleaser.
I don't know what to say about this.
But I didn't know he was going gay with it also. It went gay.
There must be a big market for that. But I always figured that the guys who want to be humiliated I have trouble saying that word, want to be humiliated by a woman, but I guess it's all.
Can't you just do what I do and watch free porn for free and realize how small your penis is?
Well, here's what I was told with porno. And I was told this at I was too old when I figured this out. I should have been told when I was younger. But the guys that they pick for pornos those are above average boys. I mean, not boys, but they're above average guys. And you shouldn't be really comparing, And every once in a while you come across a guy, you're like, oh yeah, that one makes sense. But for the most part, they're really trying to get the skinny dudes with like bigger hogs because it looks bigger on a skinny guy, where they call that dick on a stick.
Jamie, would you have any interest on telling guys on Kick how small their penis is?
No.
How much would you do? Like if somebody paid you $1,000 an hour to do it, would you do it?
$1,000 an hour? I gotta tell somebody how small their dick is for an hour?
Well, no, you do a whole bunch of different ones.
No.
For $1,000 an hour?
You're like, hey, Timmy in San Francisco, you got a small cock. It's me, Jamie-Lynn.
Man, that thing would never fill me up. Thanks for sending it in.
Hey, Billy from San Diego, you got a small penis. Jamie, here's what we do, Cass. We could start making our own money. We make the mouth move on the Jamie step.
I was thinking about doing a cutout there.
For just people call Fart Simpson, have him do it.
Yeah, for people who are just listening, we have a full 6 foot or 5 foot. Well, it makes me look taller. Let's say 6 foot. It's a 6 foot standee of Jamie-Lynn here now that we got. And what we do is we make her mouth move and we do the Jamie Lee impression saying you got a small dick.
I'm wearing a very revealing dress.
Yeah. Jamie's out there.
You're seeing all of my boob pretty much.
Yeah, way to go, Jamie. Way to get some fucking views. Because people are tuning in now. People are coming to look.
We got to get that on the thumbnail. I shouldn't say
all of my boob, both of them, pretty much. You see all the boobies.
If you combine them, you see a full boob, yeah.
I'm smiling as if I'm there picking up my child from preschool. So I've got like the good girl thing going on above. Nothing sly about it. Hands
for
on my
somebody
hips.
who says they don't feel sexy ever, I mean, I think you're nailing it here. Feel like you're really owning it.
It's Bo's favorite pose.
I like to get fair. It's Bo's favorite pose. I'm doing my 7-year-old's favorite pose.
Yeah,
just for you.
Well, this is I mean, hopefully people are digging the fact that we're doing this. This is we're
trying.
We're in the middle of evolving. We're not trying to devolve, but we're evolving. And we still want your emails, askpajamapants@gmail.com. We have a Instagram. We have a subreddit, what did I say? What did I say?
Rob and I just sometimes giggle.
Yeah, what I'm thinking about now is, how the celebrities who do cameo, when you watch them do the one cameo and then you find out they're all the same, they just replace the name.
Sure.
So I picture Jamie doing the small dick videos, but she has the thing written out and you're holding cue cards in the back, but the name thing is just fucking empty. And she's like, hey, Bill, and then she just goes into how small it got. Jamie, could you think of one thing if you could, what is that? I'm not an actor. What is that stuff called that people, when you just riff? Improv. Can you do some improv now? And what would you say as your first line to a guy who wanted a small penis video?
Sure. Hey, Jimmy from North Carolina, how are you and your small ass dick? That is the smallest dick I have ever seen in my life. Are you even a man? What the fuck are you doing?
Jamie.
Yeah,
That was so good. I can't believe you just did that for free.
Dude, yeah. Hey, Cutter. She doesn't think she's sexy. Yeah, right.
Wow.
Woo,
What's his name in North Carolina? Jimmy? Poor son of a bitch.
That's how we gotta wrap this puppy
Oh
up. That's
my
it.
God.
That's what you tune in for, people.
Thank you for watching, everyone. What a way to go out.
You
Jesus
challenged
Christ.
me. I had to rise to it.
I love it, Jamie.
You really brought it today, Jamie, and I'm so
Yeah.
happy that you did. What a way to
You mean
end
I
it.
told you about how I fart?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Fart Simpson's gonna be
this
thrilled.
is a real fetish oriented pod.
I said it was gonna be a very pajama pants pod.
Welcome back. We back, baby, and we podded.
Yeah,
And I'm wearing our sweatshirt from our old sweatshop that we used to work in.
that's right. Mrs. Dykstra, it says.
Yes.
Well, we miss you. We miss the boys.
Love you guys.
We'll see you
Love
soon.
you.
Yeah,
we'll see
and
you
thank you
soon.
guys for watching. And we will see you in the next one. Gabby, do your editing thing.
Bye, Gabby. Love you.